Plot twist, I'm heading to Portugal today and I've got about 6 hours before I have to head to the airport. And this is my suitcase right now, empty, completely empty. I quite honestly have never left it this last minute to do my packing, especially for an international flight. But I had work to do and like this is the first time where I've actually been able to get everything together. So I figured I'd take you along with me because even though I don't do international flights every single week, I do a lot of local traveling that requires me to pack carry-on. So I have systems in place that I think is gonna make this go really smoothly. And I wanted to bring you along with me as I pack today so that I can share my little packing tips. I can show you what I'm gonna include on the bags I bring with me on the plane. How do we bring organization to something that can often feel a little chaotic? There's a lot of things you have to consider. You wanna make sure you don't forget anything. Also don't wanna make sure you forget anything at your destination. We're gonna sort it out together. My living room's looking a little chaotic because I did spend time this morning putting everything into piles and making sure I put like things together. So I have a pajama pile, skirts and dresses pile because I'm going in September where the weather is still kind of summery there, at least during the day. At night it's cooler, so I have to pack a lot of transitional pieces. These are all bottoms, a jean jacket for night, tops and bodysuits, t-shirts, activewear because I do plan to work out. And then this is miscellaneous. A pair of sweatpants in here that I think I'm gonna wear on the plane just because even though it's gonna be hot when I arrive, I just feel like the plane's always cold. And I've got some sweaters. So I actually don't think it looks too bad clothes-wise for what I'm taking. Like I said, I might need to edit down a bit, but I think this is manageable. I'm going for 3 weeks, so I want to have like a good variety, but also there's no need to go too crazy. Maybe, is this too crazy? I don't know. And then I've got accessories, bathing suit, and more of the intimates there. I am definitely team packing cube. I think like having things organized by different categories just makes a lot of sense in my head. I'm using these new ones from Baze. I'll have them linked down in the description box below. They're not new to me, but they're new for like a trip of this magnitude. I do like the fact that you can add a label to the Baze ones, and these two bigger ones are expandable. I'm just gonna start off with the biggest one, and this is gonna be my dress category. Because everything's already folded, I just need to make the transfer, but as I transfer things from the pile to the packing cube, I'm going to make sure that item is written down in my notes app. I do a checklist in my notes app when packing so that everything that goes into my suitcase gets written down. And I do this for 2 reasons. One, if I need to edit afterwards, I know exactly what's in my suitcase by giving myself a refresher in the notes app without having to like take everything out again. And then also on my return flight home, I can just use this to make sure every item is getting back into that packing cube. That really means I don't forget anything when I travel because everything, and I mean everything, gets written down. This dress right here is beige, so I end up writing beige linen dress, and if I need even more of a indicator of what that item is, I'll put where it's from. So in this case, I'll write in brackets Aritzia. The past when I've gone to Portugal, I've been going, yes, to go visit family, namely my grandparents, my maternal grandparents who live there, but also to do touristy things. This trip is not a touristy trip, it's just a family-oriented trip. It's been a while since I've seen my grandparents, and I'm going to Portugal with my mom and joining some other family there to go spend some time with them. And it's just gonna be 3 weeks of us just cohabitating together, and I'm really looking forward to it and having that quality time with them. I couldn't do the compression all the way, but I feel pretty good about that being 5 dresses and a skirt. I don't know what to use my other big category for. Maybe bottoms and tops. My favorite pair of Abercrombie loose shorts. These are the Curve Love, but they are so good because at the back there's good coverage, but at the front, because of the rips, it's a little shorter. I don't use anything fancy for shoes, just a garbage bag. Last time I went to Portugal, I actually bought this travel yoga mat. It folds really flat and it's not very thick. I would say it's probably like 0.5 millimeters. Since we are spending so much time at home too, I just feel like I'm gonna find my own like Portugal routine, and wellness habits I don't want to let go of just because I'm there. I think there's going to be plenty of time for me to do them as long as I'm intentional about it. Making the time, making sure I separate myself from the larger group when needed. I slipped it at the top there and I think it fits. Maybe I'll put it though in the main compartment. We'll see. Even though I'm going to my grandparents' place where there's towels and laundry, I feel like because there is going to be a fuller house, I still plan to bring this microfiber towel for my hair because I don't swap these out every time I wash my hair. It's clean hair that's going into this and it's not touching the rest of my body. So that will just help keep the towels that I contribute to a minimum. And this is another spot where I'm gonna put this in here. All these things right here need to end up in this Lululemon bag. This is my carry-on. I actually think it's small enough to be a personal item, but we're treating it like a carry-on because these are things I don't want to check. This is gonna have all of my tech in it, my journals, my passport, spare clothes, jewelry, just the things that are really important for me not to be parted ways from. Second to like process the last hour and a half. That was so stressful. My heart rate is going. I should be having a coffee right now, but I need a coffee. I swear it's not a travel day unless you're close to tears because, well, but everything's good now. We're good. We're back to business as usual. One of my favorite things for my carry-on is this travel wallet. It has a spot, a special dedicated spot for my passport. This is the newer version of the Canadian passport. Very exciting. It's actually my third time traveling with it. I've got all my credit cards, my IDs, euros, all of that is in here. I'd show you, but like there's sensitive information. I just bought this from Amazon. I believe it has some RFID protection slots. I will link it down below if it's still available. It's been a few years. I've had this travel organizer for all my tech gear since university. It might be going on 9 years now. It's by Native Union. I will also link this down below if I can find it, but like it has definitely paid off because it was a pricier tech organizer pouch at the time, but I use this monthly and it just still, I feel like, looks pretty brand new, and I don't actively like do a great job of like cleaning it or doing anything special to maintain it. But look at that. Like you can't tell that I use that all the time. I have to bring like a lot more tech than maybe typical for someone going on a trip because I am still working while I'm there. Again, like this is not vacation. This is more traveling and doing a lot of the same stuff I do here in Portugal. As I'm editing, my full laptop, my pro laptop has to come with me. I'm bringing the iPad so I can do some stuff. 2 e-readers is a must. You know, I'm not taking books, but I do need to have all of my reading needs attended to. Start off with jewelry pouch. iPad will go in the back pocket. Travel wallet. E-readers. Tissues and blotting sheet. Personally, I find this to be a plain must-have. I just need to do it for my peace of mind, you know? I like to bring my own pair of headphones that has the audio jack as well because a lot of in-flight entertainment still uses that. I have a bag of liquids. Obviously, you need to keep liquids that you're taking on your carry-on in a plastic bag, but I would love this to fit in here. Okay, I'm gonna pack a few cotton pads, my powder, and then the rest of the liquids in here, which contains like some skincare, makeup for me to do right before we get off the plane. Like that stuff can just slip back into this bag once I'm through security. Same thing with this base bag. This is where I'm probably gonna put all my makeup and skincare once I'm in Portugal, but I have some stuff there. And this is going into my suitcase, but I'm putting all the liquids in a Ziploc bag so that if there's a spill, it's contained because I don't want my clothes having any issues. Hairbrush, that goes into the suitcase. I gotta weigh this thing to see if I'm okay. Let's all put out good vibes there that this is gonna be under 50 pounds. Got my handy dandy scale, 41. Yay! So that is officially one bag. And I've got my personal item, my little crossbody bag. And this everyday, is it everywhere? Everywhere crossbody is great because there's a pocket at the back here, a zippered pouch I can open up and slip my passport into while I'm navigating the airport. So it's really accessible, but then I'll transfer it to my travel wallet. And with the carry-on, one of my favorite parts is that this flap folds over. I'm gonna keep this open so that I can easily unzipper it and take out the plastic bag for security. If I need to take out batteries and stuff like that, that can easily come out. My camera will probably have to come out, the tablet, the laptop. And this right here is my airplane station. So I have the Lysol, I have headphones jack, or sorry, headphones with the audio jack, the traditional audio jack. And then I also brought a USB-A to USB-C because I know those screens are probably dated and don't have USB-C to USB-C. If they do, I also have that, but if not, that's gonna be great for charging my phone and anything on the flight itself. And then I've got like my journals and stuff. Oh, I didn't bring a pen. I need to bring a pen. Wait, let me do that now. I'm just gonna slip that in to the crossbody. I did all that with about an hour and a half to spare before I have to head out. I'm gonna take the Up Express for the second time to the airport. I really love the fact that it's so easy. And if you don't know, if you're not a Toronto local, the Up Express is essentially a special like subway that takes you directly from Union Station, which is the main travel hub in downtown Toronto, to Pearson Airport. So it takes like about 20 minutes, which is nice because I'd rather avoid traffic from ordering an Uber. It's just a different vibe going to Portugal this way because usually I'm back home and I do the whole thing with my family. So it's very a different kind of packing experience when I'm doing it solo. The next video should be the Portugal vlog, so stay tuned for that. Probably only one vlog because there is like a lot of family in the house, so I like to make sure I'm not yucking anyone's yum and allowing them to have their relaxation too. We'll get some footage and I think it'll be a nice relaxing vlog. So if you're ready for that, make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out. Hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed today's video. And just a general thank you for coming along with me as I did some packing. Hopefully it gave you some inspo or some ideas on how to tackle your next trip. It hasn't really hit me yet. I'm going and I'm going to see my grandparents, but I'm so ready. It's been like 3 years since I've seen them. It's been so long overdue and I just want to soak every moment of it in, and I'm gonna capture a lot of content too of like my grandmother cooking and conversations that they have, like just trying to gather as much as possible, not content like necessarily for the internet, but just for memories. And yeah, it's gonna be special. I'm ready to be like super present and just give myself some breathing room. I think we all need that every now and then. Então vamos lá. I'll see you soon with a new one. And until then, bye guys.